Welcome back to NolaPapa. It's great to have you. We're in the middle of lockdown. This is like the fourth month. I mean, it feels like 2 years. It's not really even been 4 months, but it is so monotonous. Like every day feels like, kind of like Friday, which is a good thing because then that's a weekend, but it's like when every day is a weekend, I don't know, it's weird because you don't have any like socialization with like the people that you care most about. You just become isolated, and there's this physical component that is taken out, and it's really hard to not let that bring you down, and it's insane. And especially if you have kids on top of it, trying to keep things fresh and not mundane and like keep them excited about the next day. And, because as you know, I like to be structured as it is. And it's just crazy. I mean, there's only so much somebody can take until it's like, I don't know. So, yeah, I have some ideas for you though, and I thought that I would show you something that we have done since lockdown, and they've been fun, they have been productive, and I, all in all, think they're really good ideas. So I thought that I would just share a few of them with you, and maybe it'll help you pass the time and make it fun. So with that said, I would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And when you do, make sure you click that notification button so you can be notified when I drop new episodes. So when you do that, go ahead and go to Instagram and then follow our family's journey at NolaPapa. And then head on over to Facebook and follow NolaPapa on Facebook, because it's about our little community coming together, being positive, no politics, just bringing happiness and inspiration and positivity. And I would love for you to be a part of our village. So come on, let's do it. NolaPapa. So with that said, let's break out of this mundaneness. Let's look forward to creativity and stuff. I mean, cookies are good, dang it. So let's go bake some cookies. So welcome back to NolaPapa. Let's break out of this quarantineness. Let's do it. My name is Eric, and if there's one thing that life has taught me, it's that everything happens for a reason. All the twists and turns and everything in between. This is NolaPapa, the story of a gay dad. So, like I was saying, there are a few things that I've done, whether it's arts and crafts, baking, productive activities, that I've done with my kids that really broke up that monotony, day-to-day, same thing kind of routine. And a few of them I thought are interesting enough that I would continue this Corona series and hopefully help you do it with your kids if you have kids. If not, then, do it yourself. It's fun. I mean, even if you don't have kids, you can make some cookies. Everybody loves cookies. I know I'm eating too many cookies because I almost can't even see my feet. So, I mean, it's, you just get so far into it, it's like, oh, hell, I don't even care anymore. I mean, I do care, but what am I going to do? I mean, I said to myself when we were going to have a new baby, I said, you're not going to get fat this time. Well, guess what? I done got fat this time. So, it's just going to give me a whole bunch more motivation to get back to normal when, life happens again. So, starting off, I'm going to start off with a really cute quarantine craft. And I really sound like Martha Stewart, but it's serious, y'all. This is really super cute, and it's the easiest craft in the whole world. And it's so sentimental, and you're gonna be able to keep it forever because you're gonna want it. You're not gonna want to give it away. You could, but I wouldn't. I didn't. It's in my hanging on my bedroom wall. But I framed it, and it's so easy. You see, it says Lockdown 2020, and what you do, I picked our favorite colors, and Douglas's hand, we traced it, and his is the green. And then I wrote Daddy right there. And then mine is blue, that's my favorite color. And mine is right under his. And Papa right there. And then Allie Mae's in pink, right on top of mine with Allie Mae right there. And then Ella in the red right there with Ella. And then baby Shane, oh my God. Right there. And that's really his hand. Usually newborns like to fist, but you just flatten it down with your other hand, and then trace it, and I just did it on a white piece of paper with like a glue stick, and I just found a frame around the house, and I put the sucker in it, put it on the wall, and I melt. Especially looking at that tiny little hand. We're gonna remember this forever. And it's so easy. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of construction paper and a piece of white paper, a glue stick, a Sharpie, and a picture frame. And you got it. Lockdown 2020. How easy is that? So, you can't get easier than that. But, moving on to the next thing. This really shocked me, and I was super excited that it happened because we had been struggling for a while, bless her heart. So little Ella is now potty trained, and we had already been mostly potty trained, but she had a pooping problem, okay? She was scared to poop. I don't think she liked, and this might be graphic, and I apologize, but she didn't like how it felt, I guess, dropping the kids off at the pool. And she didn't like that. So, she didn't pee-pee in her panties anymore. She just would not go. And she had done it like 3 times. And then the other times, she just went in her panties. And, I said when we were going to have a 3rd kid, I said I did not want another kid in diapers when I have a newborn. Well, we, had been struggling with the panty situation and the poop, and maybe a few days after quarantine happened, Ella just got it. And we had been doing pull-ups during nap time or quiet time, and pull-ups at night because of the fear of poop. So she just started doing it in the toilet. And we first had potty treats, and I had a big old Costco size of M&Ms, and I'd give them potty treats. I did it with Allie Mae and Ella. And that was with pee-pee or poo-poo. Well, with poo-poo, I wrote about this in my blog, but since we are in lockdown, I figure if you are potty training your kid, what better time to do it than right now, because all you got is time. And you can, have this structure and this new normal happen so easily because everybody's at home. So this is what I did. And this goes back, when I was like 12 years old, okay? My sister is 10 years younger than me. And I would do this thing, I was such a nerd, but I would do this thing in my bedroom, and it was called Rainbow Land. And I had lights that went around the room like disco lights, but it was like rainbow. And I used this art I use this art project board. It's like a science fair foam board, you know, the open. Well, I had that because you could use the side to be a door. And I had this like treasure of Mardi Gras stuff with like light shining on it, so it looked very shimmery and really magical. And I played this music, and it's actually from the Beauty and the Beast cartoon. And if you want to do this, it's legit music to get a kid excited, okay? It's Transformation. I think that's the finale, but it's called Transformation. And, you know, it builds up, you know, and then you can hear it when it's time to go to Rainbow Land. Because it starts and it's like it has to build up to the point. But what I did is I made a ticket. It says 1 ticket to Rainbow Land. And it says presented to Allie Mae Alexander. Ella can't read, so this says presented to Ella Alexander. I'm terrible, I know, but I'll make another one when she can read. But anyway, so if Allie Mae and Ella went and poo-pooed in a potty, they would get the Rainbow Land ticket. And if you got the Rainbow Land ticket, then you get to go upstairs to Rainbow Land. And the music, the lights, and this time we have a tunnel. And the tunnel is like this thing, it's like an accordion her grandmother gave to her, Tata. And it kind of, you know, unvelcro it, and it kind of like a slinky dog, and you get to go inside it. Well, anyway, you go inside it, and then I have like this shelf of all this rainbow stuff and like stuff I've gotten from the Mardi Gras. So it's like all these trinkets and like crap toys. But it's not crap toys because to a kid, it's gold. And they can choose. I also went on to Amazon and I got tons of these rhinestones. Big rhinestones, small rhinestones, some in the shape of a diamond, some in the shape of a circle, all these different rhinestones. And when the light hits it, it shimmers, right? And it looks like treasure. So, you know, they are able to choose a diamond and a toy. And they can choose whatever they want with this music in the background and all these lights. Like, it really is exciting. It gets me pumped. So it really got Ella so excited. That girl was pooping 10 times a day. I mean, it was like, baby, Rainbow Land's gonna run out of toys. I mean, so we, had to limit Rainbow Land to 1 visit a day. But the more fun you make Rainbow Land, the more eager they are to go to Rainbow Land. So I would, each visit afterwards, I would change out the toys so it looks fresh, keeping it new. And that way, it keeps them coming back and doing the thing that you want them to do. And you could do whatever you wanted. It doesn't even have to be poop. It could be whatever task you want them to learn. They learn it. You go to Rainbow Land. And it's legit when you make a ticket. And I even printed it off the computer so it really looked like a ticket. So that's what we did. And I mean, so it worked for both of my kids. And my sister has vivid memories of Rainbow Land. And it's the cutest thing because she was a little baby toddler. So if she remembers Rainbow Land from way back when, then it might be something that can last, throughout their life. And you have this sweet memory, So I highly recommend Rainbow Land. And message me, comment below if you have ideas, if you have suggestions on what you have done, and if you have any questions about what you can do to make Rainbow Land for your little. So that's that. And moving on, so Mother's Day is probably going to pass by before I get this edited. It's tomorrow. But what I did, and I thought of this my whole self, it's not perfect, but being a parent, I didn't realize how much you love I mean, obviously the lockdown, I love hand, you know, pictures that show off how big their little hand is. And I thought, what could I do for my mom, for Mimi, to really make her feel special and for her to see the growth of her grandbabies. And it was a bitch, sorry for the word, but I didn't realize how intense this project was going to be. I had planned to do, you know, multiple grandmothers. Well, we're only able to do one. And then I'm going to wait later on in a year and I'll pop up, you know, I'll be able to give the other grandmothers, you know, this project. But for right now, we're going to do one grandmother and then, you know, later on we'll do another one. So if a grandmother is watching this, pretend like you're surprised when you do get it, because you are going to get it. It just won't be on Mother's Day. It'll be another special day of the year because, you know. Anyway, I thought what sweet thing to do, but to give your mother or grandmother a bouquet of grandbabies. And what it is I did it took all week. And what we did was I got, and Douglas helped a lot too. I got green, we already had the pipe cleaners, and they're long, right? And they're like bouncy. We'll fold them in half, and then kind of like, fold them across each other to where they kind of become more sturdy, and that way they have support for the flowers. And I cut out a green piece of construction paper, and I did 2 leaves for each stem, and it's 12 roses, right? Well, I have 3 kids, so each kid 4 roses, 4 hands, and I did pink and red construction paper. And what I did is I traced out their hands 4 different times, 2 on red, 2 hands on pink, and then I cut them out. Even Shane's little hand, it's like right here, like it's so little. And what I did on one side of the hand, I wrote with a pencil, because I don't want it to like be too poppy, but on a little pencil I wrote their name on the front of the hand, and that way you could look at it and it's not very like noticeable, but if you look you can see whose hand it is. And I think that adds a special touch, because you don't want to like guess like whose hand is that, except for Shane, you know who that one is. But so what I did is I hot glued the hands on the pipe cleaners and made sure that it was nice and glued tight, and kind of curled them to where instead of like having them like this, I like glued them to where it was like that. But I mean, it kind of looks like a flower if you do it like that. I mean, it's not like that. I guess you could do it like that, but I mean, then it's going to be like, oh. But if you do it like that, then it's kind of the shape of like a tulip or a rose. And then, because like really the pipe cleaner is only about like this long, because you folded it in half, right? So I got pink tissue paper, and then I wrapped it up like you do with flowers. So like this seems like that's the stem. There ain't nothing there. It's just like tissue paper. So it really starts like right here. So I mean, it's kind of small, but this gives it length, and we're gonna give it to her tomorrow. I bet you she cries. She's gonna watch this. I bet you cried. Anyway, so I think it's cute, right? So, I mean, they're not the prettiest roses, but I mean, they're the grandbaby's hands. So, I mean, in 10 years, you have that. And I mean, to me, I think that's sweet. I probably would have cried. So, yeah, there's that. And then, for the finale, I love to bake, right? So it's one of my passions, it's one of my jams. And whether it's savory, sweet, it doesn't matter if I'm cooking dinner or if I'm baking cookies, baking a chocolate pie. There's so many things that I love to do. And this particular thing, I want to talk about the Southern style. Eric's, mine, peanut butter cookie. I tweaked this recipe to make it my own. And, you know, I grew up with peanut butter cookies because my mom used to make them. And there's nothing like a good peanut butter cookie. And you know, peanut butter cookies, the kind that has like the fork indentation, who does not like that? And even if you don't like the cookie by itself, put it with some ice cream. And I mean, that's delicious. So I am going to give you my recipe, and you can go to NolaPapa.com and go to my recipe box, and it's there. But I'm also gonna, you know, show you the recipe. It's not gonna last long. I guess if you pause it, then you can do it. But just go to NolaPapa.com, and then in the menu box, go to my recipe box, and it's all there with all the pictures and everything. But I tell you what, it's the easiest thing that you could do, and to have your kids in there making a cookie or the batter and doing something to break up the monotonous of quarantine. There's nothing like it, because then it's instant gratification. Not only with art projects and pooping in a potty, talk about instant gratification, but when you bake these cookies, especially if they're good, I mean, and to see the smiles on your kids' faces, it's special. And I hope that, you know, these ideas help you. Hopefully it lifts you up, because I see light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm eating too much. And with these cookies, I can't not eat the cookies. I mean, they're so good. And I'm telling you, you'll love them. And I want you to be kind, and if somebody needs to be lifted up, you lift them up, and you just be optimistic, because before you know it, quarantine is going to be over. I'm being very optimistic. And we're going to be back to normal life. And we're going to look back on this. And this is going to be 2 special months that we will remember forever and ever and ever. And if you make these cookies, I want you to make them and then hashtag NolaPapa. Because I want to see you make them. I want to see what they look like. And I want to know if they were good and if you loved it. So thank you for watching this, and tell your people about NolaPapa. I would love to have them be a part of our little village. And until then, peace out. Mm.